Hey guys, welcome back to Chickadee Farm. My name is Karina, and today we are going to be doing something a little different from my normal content. I am going to share what a small homesteading YouTube channel, small being me, less than 3,000 subscribers, actually made after a year of being monetized on YouTube. And so obviously this is very different, but I think it'll be interesting for my current viewers, subscribers, and hopefully it'll be really helpful to anybody that is thinking about starting a YouTube channel or even has just started a YouTube channel and in any niche. It doesn't even need to be homesteading. I think this information crosses niches. So I am going to be showing you my analytics dashboard in YouTube, which is in YouTube Studio, and as you can see, looks like this. This is also where we go when we're going to upload a video. I would just find my file on the computer and select it here. But today we are just going to be looking at my analytics. But it is a really good way to keep an eye on your channel and know how you are doing. So everybody that signs up for YouTube to be a creator, they get access to one of these dashboards that is for their channel. Before we get into the money talk, I am going to talk a little bit about my background, how I got into YouTube, and a little bit about what my journey has been. So if you're really only here to hear about the money talk, you can go to this timestamp right here and just hear about the money. But you really should stick around because I think I have some little gems in here that you are going to want to hear. You may know that my husband and I moved to Southeast Idaho back in October of 2022 and purchased a property here. It is 2 acres, and since then we have built a very large garden. I have 7 chickens. I have a 30-year-old mule and a 2-year-old filly. Oh, no, actually, she's not even 2 yet. As well as 3 very elderly cats and 2 French bulldogs. And I had thought for a while before we moved here about doing a YouTube channel once we did have property. Before we moved here, we were on the Oregon coast and didn't have property to do anything. So the job that I had at the time was incredibly demanding, and I would not have had time to do a YouTube channel at all, just no way. But in March of 2023, I very unexpectedly lost that job. The job market then, as it is still now, in fact, I think it's even worse now, is terrible. And it was taking me much longer than I expected to find a job. So I thought, you know what? I'm doing all this stuff anyway, so why don't I start filming it? And I did. I started actually filming videos in June of 2023, but I didn't actually upload anything until, as you can see here, July 25th of 2023. And then you can see I did another 2 very quickly because I wanted to look like I was a somewhat established channel right off the bat. And that's a way to do it, is to have more than 1 video posted in fairly short order. None of these were good. I didn't know what I was doing. I had never filmed anything before. I didn't even have a tripod. I was using my phone, which is fine. I'm using my phone right now for this. But I didn't have a tripod. So literally I was like propping up my phone on buckets and using rocks to hold it still. And yeah. So this was my first video about using up eggs by making lemon curd and freezing it. I didn't have any expectations, but amazingly, I started getting views. I kind of couldn't believe it. And at about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks in, I had more than 60 views, as you can see. And I should point out that at this point, I hadn't told anybody that I had started a YouTube channel. None of my family and friends knew. Literally the only person in the world that knew was David, my husband, and he doesn't talk to anybody. So this was just 67 people somewhere in the world watching me do something. and it kind of boggled my mind, quite honestly. I also had no clue about thumbnails or titles and how incredibly important they are for YouTube success. And I had no at all any experience doing video editing. The only thing I was somewhat comfortable with was actually being on camera. And the only reason for this is because I have spent the majority of my life on stages. I've done theater, I've done musical theater, and I also sang opera professionally for many years. So while it is a little different to speak to a camera than to be in front of a live audience, I adapted to that fairly quickly. And I gotta be honest with you guys. In the beginning, my why did I start doing YouTube was, oh, I've got all this time on my hands. Why not? But it has morphed into something a little different. It was never about making money because I didn't expect that I would make money. I still don't. But I don't perform anymore and haven't now since COVID. And I really, really missed it. I loved being on stage. I loved being able to interact with an audience, and I loved the rehearsal process, being able to bring a character and story alive. And I missed that so much. And it turns out that doing YouTube, even though I'm not portraying a character, I mean, literally, I am me. I'm not acting. It scratches that itch of performing and getting to interact with an audience, even if it's indirectly through comments, which I love getting your comments, by the way. So it really has become my why. And maybe it makes me a little vain to want to be in the spotlight, and probably does, but that's fine. That's who I am. And it's my why. So at about a month in, end of August, I had 95 subscribers. And again, this was just completely surreal to me. As you can see, after this first one did, somewhat well, the other two, didn't even get to 100 views. But then they started doing better. My fourth video, which was about pulling up my garlic, it was the first garlic I'd ever planted or harvested, it crossed 500. And it was amazing to me. And then after that, as you can see, my views started getting better and better. And then my eighth video did really, really well. Within the first 16 days, I had over 10,000 views. And for a channel that only had 8 videos, that's pretty amazing. By the end of the first month or so, I had 16,000 views and over 500 subscribers. So now let me talk a little bit about how YouTube monetization works. And the rules around it, to be able to be monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, not or, and you have to have them both. And I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly if it had just happened or happened right after I started, but YouTube had just launched this new program that they kind of touted as being a way that small creators could become monetized faster. And that was at 500 subscribers and 2,000 watch hours. And the problem with it is that it's not, the perks that come with that is not AdSense, which is kind of what the average person thinks of how YouTubers get paid, is through AdSense. And the things that they were giving you for reaching this milestone aren't really useful for a small channel. They were things like being able to have a membership, being able to sell merchandise and super chats, and it just, for a channel that only has 500 subscribers, you're not going to put your energy and time into that. So while it's nice and it was a lovely milestone to hit, which I did with this video, it wasn't everything. After this viral, not really viral, but it was for me, video, my channel kind of settled into getting around 200 to 300 views per video. You know, I had a few that did better. As you can see, this seed haul that I did in 2024 got 5,000 views, and my very first pantry tour also crossed the 5,000 mark. So it was doing really well. I actually reached my 4,000 watch hours first. And that's because my videos are 30 to 60 minutes long, and it's kind of expected that that would be the case. You know, as compared to somebody who has 8-minute videos, somebody who has longer videos is just going to have longer watch time. When I hit the 4,000 watch hours, it was about a month and a half, 2 months before I hit the 1,000 subscribers. And at that time, I had 798 subscribers. So I needed 202 more subscribers. Then I made a really big mistake. My biggest mistake that I feel I have made with my YouTube channel to date. Hopefully I don't make another one of this size. But I was so excited to be so close to 1,000 and so close to monetization that I started begging everyone to subscribe to my channel. Like literally everyone. I went to LinkedIn, my Facebook, I went to my town's Facebook pages, literally asking strangers to subscribe to my channel. And they were lovely people, and they did. So on February 2nd, I hit 1,000 subscribers. The reason this was a mistake is that the YouTube algorithm recommends your videos based on who is watching it. And if everybody watching it also watches other homesteading channels, then they look at the people who watch those homesteading channels, and the algorithm will recommend my videos to those people. So it's important that the people who are watching your video kind of all have the same interests. But I had just invited 20% of my subscribers to come in, and probably 99% of them had zero interest in homesteading. They could be interested in cars or gaming or sports or anything. And I even told them, you don't have to watch my videos, just subscribe. I had no idea what I was doing. So it just completely confused the algorithm. And you will see here that after the beginning of February, my channel felt like it died. I was barely breaking 100 views often. I was not even getting close to 100 views, and I just had no idea what was going on. So to give you a little perspective, I reached monetization in 7 months, which is 1,000 subscribers. From February to June, I only gained 48 subscribers. So literally just felt my channel had hit a wall, and I had no idea why. So then I started a deep dive into learning more about YouTube. Like I said, I didn't know anything about it. I learned how important thumbnails and titles are to being successful. I learned how to make them stand out. I learned how to read the analytics, what analytics were important, the things I needed to pay attention to. I was looking for, how do I get more subscribers? How do I get more views? And I learned a lot. I learned a ton. And then I made my next mistake. This one wasn't really a mistake. This one I went into with my eyes open because I came across it while I was researching, and this was YouTube promotions. Now, everything I watched about people reviewing YouTube promotions, pretty much every single one of them said, don't do it, waste of time, waste of money. And by the way, that is also my verdict. Don't do it, waste of time, waste of money. But let me tell you why. So how YouTube promotions works is you pick a video that you want YouTube to promote. And then you tell it, these are the countries I want you to target. Then it sends out and does whatever it does to supposedly people that should be interested in your content in those countries. So I spent $50 on a 12-day promotion. Now, keep in mind that if you are trying to monetize, doing a promotion is definitely not a great idea, because any subscribers or watch hours you get for that video during a promotion do not count towards your monetization. This didn't matter to me because I was already monetized, which is one of the reasons I wasn't all that concerned about doing it. However, there is a caveat to that. So, and I'll get to that in a second. So like I said, I spent $50 and did a 12-day promotion, and this is the results from that. Within just a few days, my subscriber count started growing by leaps and bounds. And by the end of the promotion, I was at 2,700 some subscribers. Now, as you can see, YouTube thinks I got 599 subscribers from it. And what this means is that while they were watching my video, this video in particular, they hit subscribe. So this is where that monetization caveat comes in. YouTube says that they gave me 600 subscribers, but I actually gained 1,600. So that means 1,000 plus subscribers above the 600 that YouTube gave me from this promotion actually would have counted towards my monetization if I had needed it. And you need 1,000 subscribers, remember, to get monetized. So that would have monetized me because those counted. I also thought that it meant that those 1,000 subscribers saw this video, left that video and went to some other video of mine where they then subscribed, which in my mind meant that they must have liked my content and would continue to watch it. That doesn't work that way. I don't know why there is such a big gap. I don't have an explanation for it. It was clear that those 1,600 subscribers were not watching my channel after this. And pretty much everybody else that I watched talking about this also said that this is a phenomenon that they saw. I think it's a flaw in the system somehow, and YouTube just hasn't fixed it. So you kind of have to make that decision if you want to do that and just to get subscribers. But like I said, these subscribers were not watching my content. So in fact, probably 99.9% of them never even came back to my channel. When I had initially researched promotions, one of the recommendations was that for me, I should choose English-speaking countries and India, very specifically India. And that's what I had done for this promotion. So after this one, I went and did some research, more research, and I came across something really interesting. Apparently in India, if they are presented with a subscribe button, doesn't matter where it is, what kind of content it is, they will click it. Even if they have no interest in that content, for some reason, they will click the subscribe button. This seemed highly suspect to me, and I was like, really? And I mean, honestly, I don't know. This was just somebody on YouTube saying this. I have no idea where they got that information. But I thought, okay, I mean, maybe. So I did another promotion. This promotion here, I did choose a different video, which may have impacted this, but I don't think it would have to this extent. I did the same thing. I spent $50 and I did it for 2 weeks. But look at the difference in impressions. I had over 300,000 on the other one, the first one. My views, 481, and only 13 subscribers. So I kind of felt like it actually proved that point to be true. But aside from that, the other problem with promotions is that it kills the video's analytics that you choose to promote. Two of the really important analytics that the algorithm uses when it decides if it should recommend your video or not is how many people click on your thumbnail and start watching it, which is called click-through rate, and how long they actually watched the video, which is called average view duration. Very, very important analytics. If those are really doing well, that tells the algorithm this is a good video, we should bring more people to it. So those two things just tanked with these two videos, both of them. Both of them were well over, I think one of them was over 5 minutes, the first one, and this one was over 8 minutes of average view duration, and they both dropped to well under 2 minutes during that time. Click-through rate didn't get affected quite as badly, but also dropped for both of them. Some people also believe that when you do YouTube promotion, the algorithm will start ignoring your channel for a while. I don't buy into this. It wasn't my experience. I immediately went back to the amount of views that I was getting, often well under 100 views that I had before the promotions. So I don't really buy into that one. But what you're really looking for is organic growth. This is the best way to grow. Like I said, I do not recommend doing promotions. It didn't hurt my channel, but I spent $100 on it, and all I kind of got out of it was this experiment and getting to talk to you guys about it. So maybe it was worth it just for that, to be able to share my experience for anybody thinking about doing it. But organic growth means, a video does well and people start watching it and they start subscribing, and then YouTube brings more audience to it and they start subscribing, and it just kind of moves all of the needles in the right direction. And this is just the best way to grow your channel. Now, finally, let's talk about money. I monetized in early February 2024, and that was less than 7 months after starting, which is, I tell people all the time that this is a marathon, not a sprint. But for me, that kind of was a sprint for my channel to monetize that quickly. Unfortunately, I have a very sobering statistic from YouTube that says that only 6% of YouTube creators are ever monetized. And there are people out there that have great content and they've been doing it for years and years and are not monetized. So I do know that that happens a lot. But how does YouTube pay their creators? Well, they do it through Google AdSense, which is the ads that you watch in the beginning when you start a video or in the middle. Those of you that have YouTube Premium, we actually make a little bit more when you watch our videos. So that's how you get paid, and we get a fraction of the proceeds from those ads, that ad revenue. Oftentimes it is fractions of a penny that you're making. So as you can see here, this is the lifetime, and most of the time you're making pennies every day, if you make anything at all. There are days that you don't make anything at all. So it doesn't add up very quickly. And how they do it is as you get paid every day through these ads that are run, it goes into your account. And once you reach $100 or more at the end of the month that you reach that $100+, they will send whatever is in your account to you as a paycheck. And then you start over again to get to $100. So ask me when I got my first paycheck. Not until December. Well, I got the paycheck in January, but December was the month that I finally hit $100. And you want to know how big that paycheck was? $102. I am not quitting my job anytime soon. So almost a year it took me to even get that first $100 paycheck. Oh, and also no taxes are taken out of this. So I don't even get to keep all of that $102. I know you have to make a certain amount of money before you get taxed on it, but if I make, I think it's $600 or something like that, or maybe it's $6,000. I can't. Anyway, you have to pay taxes on what you make from YouTube as well. And I will say though, so I was making less, or just a little over $10 a month, basically. But I will say that my most recent pantry video has done pretty well. And so since that paycheck in December, I have made an additional $35 or so in a month and a half. Still not quitting my job. So I know that you may be asking, but I've seen creators who announce that they're quitting their job and they're going to just do YouTube full time, and they don't have big channels with hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers. How are they doing it? Well, there are other ways to make money leveraging your channel, and it's diversification. And any YouTuber that is making a living must be doing this because living off of AdSense is almost impossible. So the ways that you can diversify is you can have a membership, you can sell merchandise, you can sell a class to people. And then the other two kind of bigger ones are brand deals and affiliate links. So for me, even a tiny channel like me, I have been approached by companies to do collaborations. So they're no big companies. The biggest was Vajega, which had sent me a raised garden bed, which I absolutely love. And I think probably I made another $400 from the 2 promotions that I did. I had more companies approach me, but I'm kind of have a strict rule that I am only going to do collaborations or brand deals with brands that have products that I like, will actually use, and would probably purchase myself. So that narrows it down quite a bit. But like I said, so I probably made another $400 between those 2 brand deals that I did. The other thing is using affiliate links. And I have used Amazon affiliate links in some of my videos. If I have a cookbook that I'm using in that video and I recommend it, I'll put my affiliate link there. And I will admit that I was one of those people that would purposely not use affiliate links and go find it myself. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't believe that the cost was going to be different, but it isn't. You do not pay any more by using an affiliate link. It's the company that pays for it. So support your creators. Use their affiliate links. I actually go out of my way now to find affiliate links from the creators that I follow and use them to purchase things that they have recommended. So this is how you make a living as a YouTuber who doesn't have millions and millions of followers. You diversify. Recently, actually, 2 other homesteading channels have released videos talking about the same thing, how much they make doing YouTube. The interesting thing is that it's 2 very different types of channels. The first one is Homesteading, and they have almost 300,000 subscribers, which I would consider a sizable channel. They've been doing it for years, and they do a video that goes quite in depth into what they make, where they make it, how they make it. And then another smaller channel called Calico Cow Acres. They have just under 30,000. Yeah, 30,000 subscribers. She also released a video talking about what they make from YouTube. I highly recommend watching them, even if homesteading is not your niche, because they don't just talk about what they make, but they also have ideas and give some great advice. So definitely check them out. I will link those 2 videos down in the description box. So I know that this might be discouraging to somebody who's thinking of quitting their job and starting a YouTube channel. And I really hope it doesn't deter you from doing that. Well, don't quit your job, but start a YouTube channel. I've loved this journey. And even though I have not made hardly any money, I for sure have spent more money than I've made. I've just enjoyed it thoroughly, the ups and downs, and I am excited to keep going. I should mention too that I did actually get another 9-to-5 job, which kind of supports the YouTube habit. And I mostly just want folks to know who are thinking about it that this is not a quick thing for most people, and you have to have a lot of patience and persistence and creativity and just stick with it. And that is my YouTube journey to monetization. Thanks so much for coming along with me, especially those viewers that have no interest in starting a YouTube channel. But I also hope that it was helpful for those of you that are thinking about doing it or are in the middle of starting one. So thanks so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.